What is up, guys? Wraith here, Gray Bearded Gaming Society. We are back at it again on the Thornblade server, and we just became a freshly minted level 16. We logged in, we cut a group, and we are down in the bottom of Befallen at the moment, and it's just moving right along at such an amazing clip. It's been outstanding. We've mimed our spells, but we have our new imaginary friend who's actually quite large. We'll have to test him out against because he's actually kind of even to us right now, which is nice. Quite the upgrade from our previous pet. We also... Did I get all my spells? Yeah, I only had a couple that were the big ones this time around, but basically we got the pet, we got Feigned Death, which is the big one, and we did go ahead and we picked up Spirit Armor. Not sure if we'll ever actually use it or not. Maybe more so when we're soloing than anything else. Just to, you know, whatever makes us more survivable, I guess, which is also, again, the same reason we picked up Shield Skin the other day. Was just because it might make us more survivable. But yeah, we have been clipping right along at a little Shadow Knight tank, you know, Cleric, Druid, Enchanter. We've been knocking this out. But it has been a very good group. Like I said, lots and lots of experience. There's a really good multiplier in Befallen. But like I said, we are going to keep trucking right along, and I will check back in here in just a little bit. I'm actually curious to see now what this this new pet of mine is going to do, if I can kind of get him out in the open. But we shall see how it goes, guys. Stick around. We'll check back in here in a little while. All right, gang. Well, we are checking back in. We are making the classic EverQuest World Tour about as fast as we can. So we ran over to Najena just to see. That place was packed. We couldn't get in the action. So then we ran to well, I was going to say we ran to Oasis, but on the TLPs it's actually slightly different because they've consolidated like North Row, South Row, and Oasis, and now they're like the Oasis in the South Row section. So I was like, oh, I'll go do some, you know, kill some crocs. Give me something to do, kill some crocs. Like I said, because I hung out in wow, brain just. I hung out in Lava Storm for a while, but there was actually a handful of people there. Made it a little bit difficult to get decent pulls. Plus, fear kiting over somebody just always kind of feels weird, and I kind of don't like to do that too much. So, like I said, we just kind of went traveling. Then I got invited to a group here. So this is basically the new-ish version of the Orc Highway. And, I mean, the mobs aren't gigantic by any stretch of the imagination, but the sheer quantity that we're able to just plow through one right after another has made a huge difference. Like I said, we are, you know, halfway through level 17, which will be really exciting because we get a better mana spell, which has been the one thing that's been, and I wouldn't say it's a holdup, but definitely, I mean, with any, we keep forgetting to cast it because it's on such a short cast. So I don't remember how long the next one lasts. Hopefully it's longer than this one. But either way, like I said, we've got, we do have our spells in the bag ready to go. And that'll be the big one, Lure of Death. We also get Dominate Undead. So we might be able to do some ridiculousness with that. And then we picked up some other spells for 19 and 20 already. We need to go hunting down for a level 20 pet spell when we get that. But either way, like I said, we are making, as I said, the classic world tour here on day. Technically, I'll say it's not really day 4 of the server. It's really day 3.5, because while I was able to spend a huge chunk of the day playing, it is still technically before midnight on day 3. But we're just going to combine this into my day 4 footage. But we are going to keep grinding away here, guys. I said, hopefully, if nothing else, I'm refreshing everybody on some good spots to go and get some good experience. If you decide to join us here on the server, it has been an absolute riot so far. But like I said, I'm going to keep grinding away, and I will check in with you guys here after a little bit. Stick around, guys. So just a super fast update, and I'm trying to keep it scrolled into the window where everybody can see it right here. But just to specify, like I said, this is day 3.5 if you will, of the new server, and Lord Nagafin has just gone down. The outstanding thing is the same guy who actually gave us all that cool stuff earlier was the guy apparently who just tanked Nagy. And they linked the stuff that that he dropped. But Nagy is down for the first time on the Thornblade server. Man, these guys move quick. Just another super fast update. I thought the first one was cool enough. Now Lady Vox has been defeated too. So we are all out of dragons on the first couple of days here on the new servers. I just thought it was fascinating. These guys are not messing around. They are getting to everything, and they are getting there quick. So Vox and Nagy down before the first weekend of the Thornblade servers. Awesome. Just awesome. As we keep with our newfound tradition of exploring as much of Antonica as humanly possible in the first couple of days, we are now in Sol Dungeon A. Going after goblins. To a much better experience. Like, we tried Befallen, and Befallen is, one, annoying, but two, well, getting the keys was irritating, and then naturally we had to find the trap. People got kind of separated. It was what it was. But then we got to the bottom. We rolled the bottom floor for quite a while, and we're doing quite well, and then got some ads. Needless to say, we got feared and aggroed everything on the floor, and it did not go well. Then we decided not to go back, so now we're in Sol A, going after goblins. Going to see how this goes. So far, the experience is nice. Like I said, we're over halfway through 18. We are loving, absolutely loving the new mana regen spell, as long as we remember to hit something with life tap every now and again, or else we'll kill ourselves. But either way, it's been great. It's been fun. Just like the fact that I've gone to all these dungeons this fast. I'm not going to say all these dungeons, but the fact that I've done several dungeons, been so many zones so fast is awesome. I actually got invited to an Unrest group when I went looking for a group earlier, but I was like, I'm on the wrong continent. I don't want to commit to going to Unrest right now. So, and I think it kind of worked out, because here I am chilling with goblins, trying to remember to keep my pet out of the way, because we do not have pet shrink just yet. But like I said, super fast update. Let's see what kind of. The other thing about these guys is these guys are quite large. We've had our hands full a couple of times with resist, and I'm trying to make sure that I get the snares on them to make sure they don't go anywhere. But they've been worth a really good chunk of experience so far. But when you're with this many ogres and trolls, like, everybody needs to shrink, or we just can't see anything. Ow, really? Okay, that's fine. I will siphon your soul, my man. Just like so. Anyway, we will check back in here in a little while, guys. Like I said, I'm trying not to just do too many montage, like, fight videos. Trying to just catch the highlights of my first several days' visits. We are officially into day 4 now, and no longer just 3.5. But we will check back in with you guys later. If I get one posted on Saturday, which will be day 4, it will be pretty late. We'll see if it makes it through. But so here we go. Let's see what else we can get done tonight. Alright, gang, the world tour continues. This time we are in the ever famous Upper Guck. We got together a little ragtag group of gang here, and we are currently trying to work our way to the scry room, kind of see how some of the stuff goes. Some of the tracks on the way here, of course, I was expecting to be a little bit little. I'm hoping once we get down in there, we'll do a little bit better. But let's trash some Froglock faction. I don't know if I find out where my pet is. Is that him around? Okay, so I think he's around there. But yeah, so we have been knocking out the dungeons like gangbusters. And no dungeon circuit is complete without knocking out some upper guck. So let's see how it goes, gang. If we get anything spiffy and fascinating, we will let you know. All right, gang, we are checking back in here. We have been quite successful. We've already leveled to 22. We're most of the way through this level. We're not doing gangbusters in the loot department. We haven't seen a whole lot of stuff really worth keeping so far. Mostly right now, it's just about the experience of keeping things rolling. So we are still in Upper Guck. We are right here in front of the priest room. So we're able to pull from here and kind of this hallway and down here. And it's like I said, it's been a really good experience. We actually had to use the pick feature to find one of these things that didn't have a billion people in it. This one still has 31. But it's still better than some of the other ones we went to where we just could not find a single spot. We had the Scryer camp for a little while, but the problem was we weren't getting experience for about half the mobs, I would say. Any of the mobs upstairs behind were all gray, at least to me when I got here, and I know that the enchanter wasn't getting very good experience either. We waited for a couple of cycles, never got a Scryer, then we came down here. The only thing so far I will say about this particular camp is we have taken the priest out twice and we have taken out the summoner, and so far their loot tables have been normal, which is kind of boring compared to everything else that's been going on. I know that the priest is also for a quest, so he drops the golden rod that enchanters use for like the Rod of Insidious Glamour. So, but again, listen, we'll see how it goes. So we have the spot. There's 2 rares in here, hoping that we get a little something out of it. We shall find out, but the experience is still going pretty good. Instead of 22, we picked up our Screaming Terror, so basically we have our little mez, and it works up to like level 55, so it'll be good for us for a very long time. We're about to enter that territory of not having some spells, and by that I mean not necessarily just the ones we're going to skip, but we're not going to have some of the spells just because they need to be researched and things like that. And so far, we have a whopping total of 1 word. And I don't even know if the words of Khazak-Thul are for my class at all. Like, I haven't looked up the whole table. There's actually been a lot of chat in the necro chat just for people talking about we need to form like a necro research collective to see if we can get any of this stuff done, because nobody's seen the level 24 pet or anything like that. I do have the 29 pet. I picked that one up earlier, of course, but like I said, it's gonna be in that kind of weird spot for a minute, you know, because like the pet buff I believe is researched. Haven't seen the stuff for that, and then like I said, even between here and there, it's our next big upgrade really is Major Shielding at 24 and the pet if we can find it. But so far with grouping, it hasn't been as imperative that we have, you know, the highest level pet all the time. But either way, it's still been an absolute blast. I'm not sure if we're going to make it anywhere else tonight past this. Not really sure we need to. Said it's been a solid group. Shadow Knight, Ranger, Druid, Cleric, Enchanter, and myself. We've had pretty good DPS and a lot of sustainability. So when things do go wrong, we know with some cross healing, some assorted crowd control. So it's been pretty good. But we're going to check back in here with you later. Maybe one more time. We'll see how it goes overall, but this has been a pretty good spot, and we're going to stick around with this one pretty much for as long as the group will stay together. But we'll check back in here in just a little while, guys. All right, gang. Kind of the last check-in for day 4 of Mischief on the Thornblade server. We're over halfway now to level 24. We have not seen any loot particularly from this camp. However, what we have figured out is the Summoner is like the rare named, the Priest is not. But with the Summoner, we've seen some interesting loots. We have seen like his base loot. We've also seen 2 Charred Guardian Shields, a Silvery War Axe, so Bloodstained Mantle. So several decent pieces. The random loot thing is definitely awesome. It keeps it totally interesting, because you just really don't know what you're going to get. But the experience has been good. Like I said, we'll be 24 before we leave here. Just as a super quick recap, you know, I dropped the video earlier, or a piece of the video, where I actually managed to solo Lockjaw today, and he was nice enough to drop the Shralock pack for me. So I have an 8-slot giant weight reduction, And of course, I got the large soiled bag of the day. So I got a couple of weight reduction bags, a couple of things going for us in that regard. I also got the lockjaw hide vest. I just chunked that in the bank, so I wasn't going to worry about trying to sell it just right now. But we'll have a couple things to work on, or work with, I should say, later. By and large, it's just the random loot has been an absolute blast. So we're going to keep farming here tonight with this group, but once this group wraps up, we're going to call it an evening. I doubt I will be trying to go quite as ham tomorrow. We have a little family event we're trying to do, but if I can get something, we shall see. Why do we have a ton of aggro all of a sudden? Oh, the Shadow Knight must have gone to grab something. But anyway, guys, I said the first several days of the server have been awesome. We've had ourselves a great time. I'm going to slow down a little bit, you know, going forward. I just wanted to make sure I caught as much of the madness as humanly possible, just to kind of see how things work out. And it's, like I said, it's been an absolute blast. So, you know, as always, if you do like what we're doing, you know, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from you guys, whether it's in this version of EQ or the other version of EQ. It really doesn't matter to me. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EQ. We'll catch you guys next time. Night, guys.